Hello, beautiful love goddess. Welcome to recording of another podcast episode where I am your host, Katja Melvin, and I am teaching you how to become love goddess and how to nurture your love goddess energy daily, how to tap into that energy, how to nurture that energy. So, yesterday we started big conversation this week on the art of love, and today I specifically want to zero in on a portion of that conversation, which is the maintaining the art of separateness and what that means and how to do it, right? So maintaining the art of separateness in your relationship is super important, because this is what's happening, and I've told that before, and I'm gonna share that again and again and again because it's super important to know. When two people meet each other, they are these two completely different universes, and they become closer and closer and closer and closer, and then I wouldn't say they collide, but they become super tight, and they form a bond, and they form a relationship, right? And then family gets born, and they form like a family unit or relationship unit, right? And so after a while, they stay bonded like this, very tight, for quite a bit, until they start to separate. Why is this important? Because it is a law of physics. You have to have that separation, that breathing room, for you to really nurture who you are. You cannot get lost in another person. And the only way this would happen if you don't know who you are, right? And it's actually a very detracting quality. So if you are still in a dating world, right? He would be this is a very unattractive. If you don't have your own interests, if you don't have your own passions, if you don't or if you forego your passion. So let's say you love dancing, and because you wanted to spend time with your lover, you quit your dancing hobby, right? And you started spending more time, so you lost yourself, you gave a part of yourself out. In the meantime, this is exactly why he liked you or loved you, is because you were so passionate and that was your thing. And the sexiest thing about a person is when they're so engaged into their passions. You know how many people lack passion nowadays? There are so many women and men too that just bounce from wall to wall without any knowledge why they're here on earth, what the fuck they're doing here, and why. And so they're not achieving anything, or they're not going anywhere, and they're not growing because they don't even know what or why and what they even want in life, right? And then there are crazy people like me who are so damn passionate, and no matter how hard it is, they are still having not only the audacity, the perseverance, and the hard head to keep going despite all the failures, right? And that is very sexy in a person, that passion, that knowing that there's this one thing that you are living for. And a lot of people of the opposite sex will fall in love with that aspect of a person because they're so involved, because a lot of times that person doesn't have the passion, right? And we always seeking direction as people. We always seeking direction, and we're always seeking leaders to follow. And so person with passion is a leader in a sense, because they're knowing, they're having such a clarity on what it is that they're doing with their lives. They are going and following the direction, the path, and they are taking other people with them, right? And so when couples start dating, if you let your hobby of a dance, as in my prior example, to let go because you wanted to spend more time with him, you lost that aspect of your individuality that he liked in you in the first place, right? So what's important is to keep that separateness going, to keep your interests going for both sides of the equation, right? And not let the lives that you were living, while change and shift will happen when you are merging together, the lives you should maintain, the lives and the hobbies that should become part of who you are. And so maintaining separateness means that you still have your own outside interest, outside of family, outside of kids, outside of home, outside of him, right? That you are involved in, and you are getting your replenishment from, and you are getting your satisfaction from, right? That you enjoy doing. It also means that you are in a form. It also means that you have a need to get out of the house, right? So there is that little mystery element that is happening too when you're outside of the house. You are not around, so there is that level of she's there having fun, and so there is that mystery element that starts being present inside the house that keeps that separateness, that mystery, that passion going, right? We want to guess, we want to not know, we want to have a little bit of that guessing game a little bit, to get that passion going. If you want stable relationship and no emotion, you stay home together like all day every day, you're probably gonna hate each other by the end of this, right? But how many couples stayed together during COVID? They couldn't do it. But it is important to maintain that level of separateness. I'm trying to find a different word for it, and I can't find the different word for it. That level of independence that you will find yourself indulging in. And the art of nurturing separateness is the art of being present for that separateness, being present for that passion of yours that's going to feed into your sense of adventure, into your sense of life, and then it's going to also feed into your relationship altogether, and it's going to feed into your sense of passion for life altogether, and it's going to also feed your relationship and your sex life with that passion, because you will have that spark. Like, I can't stand spending time at home even for 2 days, right? Like, I enjoy for a day, but then I need to get out. I get anxious. I'm losing the passion. I'm losing like a lot of things. Like, I just need to get out of that house, right? I go outside, I go for a walk, I go to the park, I am re-sparked, I'm coming back to the house. I'm like, okay, my head is clear now. I am like good to pursue whatever it is that I wanted. And that it's not just for the house. It's like if I stay in a place for too long, it just like my own demons start like biting me in the ass, and I was like, I can't do that. Like, I need to like have an opportunity to reset, right? And so same thing for you. Like, you want to go and refresh, so like you cannot spend all your time at home with your kids, with like, you have to have a circle outside of your home. Like, I want for you to have a circle of girlfriends to go indulge in. I want for you to have hobbies or classes that you are attending after work, or not after work, after like at night, for example. If you're a stay-at-home mom, in this example, it's mandatory for you to get out of the house, right? If you are a career woman or a business owner, like, please get your, like, there is life outside of that, right? Like, I need for you to go and nurture that side, the hobby side. And the art of nurturing that separateness is the art of nurturing your own passions, your own interests that are outside and that don't revolve your love relationships. Because what's going to happen through that channel, you're going to refuel your own cup, and it's going to reflect on your own relationship with your lover. That is why it's important. And the art of separateness means the art of nurturing, creating those moments that I was talking about yesterday. You're building your life, and your life consists of little moments, all in time. And when you remember, when you look back at your experiences, all you see are those little moments. All you see are the memories that you have created, right? There's expression, you create memories. Just like that, you create your own experiences to remember, right? It is super important to have different interests for both of you outside the world to form that vacuum, that element of mystery. So when you come together, there is that polarity happening. There's that empty space happening to be filled in, and you do that over and over and over, and that's your balance. That's how energy works, right? And watch me, your relationship will become much more passionate, much more vibrant. It's gonna be filled with more conversations. What have you been doing all day today, right? Like, tell me about your experience. It will be filled with more conversations, more experiences, more emotions, because you went outside the home and you have had your own set of experiences, and you have had your own set of emotions that you're gonna then be sharing with your lover, and he's gonna do the same thing. And it is super, super important for you to maintain that autonomy, instead of joining in and becoming this one thing that, like, you can't even separate, right? And you can't even share those emotions like that. That's so important, super important. Make sure go work on the art of separateness today. See what other things you can create for this week that you can indulge in. Is it a dance class? Is it an art class? Is it a cooking class? Is it a wall climbing class? You name it. What is it that is nurturing your soul and nurturing your sense of passion and aliveness? Go do that. And I have opened up a really, really awesome opportunity for a 2-day VIP retreat with me. 1 day is coaching, 1 day is boudoir session with me. And I invite you to apply so I can share more information if you are a fit. So message me back, hit me up with the message on Instagram or Facebook, or email with the word application, and we will get you set up with an application to apply for a retreat on how you can become a love goddess in your very own life. Mwah.